Alright, so I'm in the sim right seat. I don't have anything set up, and I literally just, because I usually start the sim cold and dark. You put it on the runway, it starts cold and dark, and so then I just do a runway configuration for the setup. But you really don't have to do anything else. Just make sure the engines are running. You may want to put the flaps into the flaps position that you're going to be using for the landing. In this case, flaps 30. Make sure the parking brake is set, otherwise the aircraft will start to move and it may crash before you get a chance to set everything up. But that's pretty much it. You just need to make sure that everything is up and running, that the engines are running as it repositions. But the program actually does everything for you based on how you configure it, how you set it up. Just make sure this is set up for whatever you're going to do. I'm at 24 left, so we're K Los Angeles. And we can do a long final, flaps 30, set up for the final approach. And then, of course, you can also dig into some of these things as well. But for the basic things, all you need is this. And just hit move aircraft. And it's going to ask you for the weight. We can also set that up for you as well. When you go back, it'll have you open up the sim. And you just let it, and you watch this, because as it starts to move things around, it's doing everything for you. And then when it's time for you to start to fly, it'll let it go. And then you can start flying. And I think it usually starts, as you can see, in autopilot. It's in command position.
2500.
Okay, so let go of the brakes, and now we're flying. So you have control. That disappears. You can see on my command, here's the dot. The gears are down, flaps are in position. I'm going to move this to auto brake position 3. I'm going to hand fly it, so I'm going to go. So now I'm on final 24 left, Los Angeles, using live weather.
Positive rate of climb.
I have no idea why that's happening. That didn't happen the last time I did this, but for the call out, ignore it. Alright, so about, once we get back on the diamond, we get about 800 feet a minute, I should say. 160 knots so far. That's the one thing. It will set you up in, it's not in approach mode, it'll set you up in heading select mode. So now we're at Vorlock and glide slope. Alright, so I'm also going to get rid of the auto throttle because that's automatically engaged. So the auto throttle is off, and now I'm using the thrust levers on my own as we fly over stadium. There is a bug in Microsoft Flight Simulator that they've had it since the very beginning, and they still haven't gotten rid of it as far as the approach height for the glide slope angle. It seems to follow you as a perfect setup for at the very end of the touchdown zone, as opposed to where it should be with the runway threshold. And so I try to always fly slightly below the glide slope diamond, and that should usually push you right on pace. I'm starting to get a little bit of a wind here, so I'm going to try to get too far off, but it's fine to fly the diamond until you get really close to the decision height. Then you have to kind of go below it. Alright, On speed, center line, glide path fully configured, flaps 30. I'm trimmed out.
500.
Let's get a little bit more trim in here before we land. Smooth out the touchdown. Alright, so now I got the pappies.
Light slow.
Yeah, I know, but I'm actually okay.
Light slow. Light slow. Light slow. Light slow. Light slow.
Start taking out some of the power.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
And reversers. Spoilers, decel, reversers green. Alright, manual brakes. Coming in 70, 60, release. We got the high speed turn off right here. Make sure everybody's in the way. A little bit of stuttering because it's the scenery for I&I builds, LAX. But yeah, so you can see like all the lights are set up. This is on continuous. The pressurization is all set up. That's the reason why they limit you in terms of the types of aircraft that you can use with this, because when it detects the type of aircraft that you're flying, it'll set everything up for whatever you're trying to do automatically. You don't have to do anything yourself, and you can just focus on practicing whatever you're setting yourself up for, and you can tell everything to FSI panel in terms of how to set it up. That's why if the aircraft is not on the list of aircraft that it works with, it can't do that. So just keep that in mind if you wanted to try to use this with a third-party aircraft that you don't that's not on this list, so to speak. And so then that's the reason why it doesn't work. But it works with a lot of the major products, PMDG, the Phoenix Airbus, a lot of the default aircraft at Microsoft, and so just look for that. But the good thing is that the two biggest selling airliners that are study level, it all works with. So, but it's a great tool. Oh yeah, and by the way, one last thing, you can also look at your landing report. So it kind of gives you an idea as to pretty much everything that you did as far as that is concerned.